What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jason, and I'm about a half mile up Bear Mountain in Connecticut. Parked at the parking lot, 83 degrees, super humid. I'm gonna do an overnight hammock camp, either at Sages Ravine after we go up and over Bear Mountain, or Laurel Ridge is another 2 miles past Sages. Possibly set up camp there. I'm going to say at either Sages or Laurel Ridge. We'll possibly set up camp first, then head over to the Racebrook Ledges for some nice views over there. So come along, let's enjoy this adventure together. Paradise Lane Trail. That's where I'll be coming back tomorrow. Bear Mountain. So the AT is 0.9, Bear Mountain Summit is 1.8. We are heading to the summit. So I'm officially half a mile in, straight up. A lot of people on this trail. It's kind of muddy too. Had a lot of rain recently. And what I got new, I got me some Ultras Lone Peak 9s. No more Merrill boots for me. Those are too heavy, and I didn't even know what I was missing until I bought these on sale. Man, what a difference. So super light. Quick drying. Not that I've gotten them wet yet, but they're supposedly really quick drying. But you know, it feels like you're wearing slippers going up the trail. 5 years or so of hiking. Took me this long to figure it out. Anybody who wears Merrells for ankle sport or something like that, give the Ultras a try. I bet you don't go back. So in about 0.9, we link up with the Appalachian Trail, cut right over to the summit of Bear Mountain. Came to another water source. There's a few of them on the trail. Coming down pretty good. All right. We made it. Riga Junction. AT South is that way. AT North is that way. Summit of Bear Mountain. 0.9 miles. About a quarter up Bear. Somebody's gonna have to explain to me why people wear sandals, let alone on a trail, but up a mountain like this. I don't get it. Just past somebody that was. Well, we're heading on up that way still. I mean, seriously, these were open-toed flip-flops. Yeah, how? Why? How? I don't get it. Starting to break out to some scenery. All right, 3/4 of the way up. Wonder if you can see this. There's a paraglider out there in the middle of the screen. Got a white parachute. I'm not sure you can see them though. But here's the views from 3/4 up Bear Mountain. There's Mount Fristle. Sun's beating on me right here. Nice view, a little haze out in the back. This here is like one of my favorite trees. Whenever I come up here, for whatever reason, it's like a bonsai tree. The one with the AT symbol on it. It's cool. All right, made it to the top of Bear. This mountain race out there in Everett. Zoom in. All right, time to make our way down the north side of Bear Mountain, which is the more difficult side. This is like straight down. Got a little, still some views out there. Woohoo! Little snack. Okay, just dropped down from the backside of Bear Mountain, the difficult side. A lot of scrambling. You got to use kind of at least 3 points of contact in some spots. A few people going up there. One person with a dog who wasn't all that friendly, so they had me go, and they kept the dog at bay. A lot of people on this trail, so I'm not sure why you got a dog that really isn't that obedient. But whatever. Now we're making our way down to Sages Ravine. There's that Mount Washington Road. Bear Mountain, where I just came from. A lot of water in here. Never seen it this wet. Let's do some rock hoppings. Funny, there was no breeze on top of Bear Mountain. It's 83 today. We're gonna get down into the 60s, mid 60s tonight. So, but no breeze on Bear Mountain. And I'm down here kind of in a gully. And there's a breeze down here and it's shaded. It feels nice because I am nothing but sweat. Oh, look at this. Just turned and saw that. We're going to cross Connecticut, Massachusetts a few times. But cool. So that tells me up ahead, we're going to come to another junction. And here we go, Sages Ravine. Tomorrow, we'll be taking the Mountain Trail, 2.1 miles, and then over to our parking area, which is on Route 41, 3.2 from here. But now we're going down to Sages Ravine. Let's go check it out. off to the left, you can tell somebody's been down here. You got a pretty decent camp spot, relatively flat right here, right next to the water. This is pretty. All right, what do we come to here? Sages Ravine campsite. So the AT continues that way. You got to cross here to get the Sages. Looks like you got to get your feet wet a little. I don't see any other way to cross. Bunch of camping up in there. No service, no cell service when you get in there. I have no cell service right here either. So I'm going to follow the AT, head towards Laurel Ridge. I know there's a back entrance over to Sages when we cross over to Massachusetts side. This is beautiful in here though. Found a spot where you can cross. You can rock hop these big rocks over. That's what people have been doing, going up there. There's a bunch of people hiking. A group of ladies up there. Some dogs. Refreshing. Everywhere you turn. Beautiful Sages Ravine. What a swimming hole that is. Looks pretty deep too. Still making our way down the trail. This beautiful area. Had a nice little break at the stream there with some water on my head. All the taste is salt. It's all dripping down into my mouth. I am sweating salt. A little calmer this way. Got a little water entry point coming from up there. Check this out. Get you down here. Gorge. Oh yeah. It's all been dug out. Nice waterfall down there too. Oh wow. We're gonna cross this. Check this out. This is feeding that river. Super cool. Going down into the ravine. Wow. All right. Welcome to the Connecticut section of the Appalachian Trail. We're right along the river here, or the ravine. Well, let's try to cross this thing. Doesn't look difficult. And here we go. Welcome to Massachusetts. Laurel Ridge campsite 1.3, Racebrook Falls Trail 4.2, but Mount Race is where we're really going, so that's like another 1.5 from Laurel Ridge campsite. Might do that, but right now we're gonna head to Laurel Ridge campsite. You hear that? Silence. What a difference from the ravine area. The air is stagnant in here. Hopefully there's some kind of breeze over by Laurel Ridge. Maybe this had something to do with the silence. You are traveling through the homelands of the Mohican people, the indigenous inhabitants of this land. Please respect this land during your journey. Will do. All right, here's the water source for Laurel Ridge. Flowing pretty well. We just came from that way. So the campsite area is over here. There it is. Laurel Ridge campsite. Let's go check it out. See if this is where we're gonna stay tonight. There's a privy. First thing you come to. Deer tick habitat. That's everywhere. All right. So we are here. We gotta go up here to the bear box area and go right and see what we can find up here. I stayed there once before, and I believe it was this one, this tent pod. They had a couple trees I could use. Well, let's see what's still here. That was years ago. Water's that way. Good, it's higher than where we just crossed. Here's the bear box. Still climbing up the side of this ridge to hopefully find a site that I can hang a hammock from. Site one is down here. Let's go check it out. Ooh, and there are two trees here. Got this guy and that guy. So site one will work for me. Not very good for tents. All these rocks here. Okay. Let's go check out 2 and 3. 3's over here. Oh, 3 was up top, so 4 and 5 are here. 6 is here. All right. Well, I guess we'll check out 6. Hey, Chippy. Tent pad. Rocky. What's this one? Tent pad. And I may be able to make that tree and this tree work. It might be too far. Let's see. Let's check on over here. There's a lot of trails in here, so I don't even know. Like, what is this? Is this gonna be 5 that I just went to? Oh, 4. Okay. 4, 5, 6. I don't know. So I guess there's gonna be 2 more over here. So 2 and 3, which I thought were that way, are actually up here. Now this one's right on trail. Tent pad. Next is big rock. So let's go up here. Oh, it's all blocked off. But there's a pad here. So maybe something, I don't know. Maybe it branches fell. Oh, because this is 4. Oh, you get to 4. Okay. So this is 4. From through there. And here's your pad. This is actually where I stayed my first time. That tree to this big tree. Didn't work out very well, so I'm not going to stay here again. I think I'm going to go back down to either 1 or 5-6. All right, it looks like site number 1 is going to be the spot for the night. Best spot for trees. So let's set up. All right, there it is. Hammock's all set up. Tarp is ready to be deployed if needed. But I think I'm gonna try to sleep under the stars tonight. Be my first time, I think. A nice spot here. Site number 1. I'll take you down, but there's some platforms down there by the privy and stuff. I'll take you down there. Got some water boiling. I'm gonna have me some cup of noodles with some beef jerky. And I now have a Helinox. Saved 1 pound of my weight buying this Helinox. Super light. Love this thing now. I was carrying a 2-pound chair before. So save 1 pound. Awesome. And enjoy me some cup of noodles. Let's test out these cup of noodles. Just boiled some water, put it in here, let it sit for about 5 minutes. Never had a cup of noodles, it's always ramen, so give this a whirl. Nice. Something about noodles on trail. Didn't have much to eat today, so it's hitting the spot. Along with my teriyaki beef that I just ate. The beef stick. So I'm gonna eat this, probably go fill up some water. I gotta fill up some water and filter it. And I'll take you around camp. Oh, well, apparently this is where the water is. And this giant tree has fallen here. Huh. Yeah, water's over there. So now I gotta navigate this tree. Go get some water. Oh, let's do this. See if we can go under. How low can you go? Oh boy. I guess that's one way of doing it. All right, I'm gonna do something I don't really feel comfortable doing, but I'm gonna do it anyways. There's my stuff. I'm leaving it here. I'm gonna go hike a mile or so over to the ledges. So it's 1 mile there, 1 mile back. Be gone for a little over an hour probably. Hopefully nobody messes around with it. It is 4:30 right now. So hate leaving my stuff. I've got my keys and wallet and all the important stuff, but still. Let's see when I come back. And I'll bring this over to the bear bag and take a water with me. No, bring this over to the bear box. All right, put that in there for now. This is This doesn't really fit anymore, huh? You can do that. All right. I'll be back. All right, came to the first part of Race Mountain. Views. Take a gander. Out that way. In the middle top, in the field out there, is Rand's View. That's on the Appalachian Trail. Mount Prospect. Let's get higher. Over here. Check this out. Super cool. Look at that. Drop. All right, got stuck talking to a guy that was hiking up same way I was, same pace and stuff like that, so we were chatting for a while. So I'm at the best part of the Race Mountain ledges. This is where I came up for my winter camp that failed. So let me show you some views without me in it. A lot different than the winter time. Beautiful up here. The sun is beating on me from behind. But out here, as the sun rises out that way, it's awesome. My Racebrook campsite video has that. All right, I've been up here for about 45 minutes. Time to head back down to camp. All right, so I was at this spot in the wintertime, trying to camp at a stealth site through here in 2 feet deep snow. And the site is back in here. This is the site I was going to stay at in the winter that I showed you. Hang from that tree to this tree. And this is the tree that had fallen on a fire pit. And I was just too sketched out, too wet to stay, so I left. But yeah, that is that's not cool right there. And there's another fire pit over there underneath that I made a while back. But probably will never use this site again. Let's head on up to or down to Laurel Ridge, where I'm staying tonight. Here's the trail. So we're coming back down to a brook here, and then after that the camp is about 0.2 after. But this spot right here is my first ever solo spot by myself I hung from this tree and this tree. First ever. I came over here and it's all worn out a little bit, but some remnants of my fire pit. My first ever fire pit by myself. Other people have used it since, but it's all grown in the summer. This was a fall when I did it. But yeah, it was between these trees here in the brook all night, and hearing every sound that there was in the woods. Didn't sleep very well. But you gotta do it once. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get. And this is a cool brook. I came through here earlier to go up to Mount Race. There was 20 people here at least, just like soaking in the water. Packs strewn about everywhere. They were all in there, packs and everything. Oh, got back. Everything's intact. All is good. I was gone about an hour and a half. Time for some grilled chicken jambalaya. 550 calories. Looking good. 12 minutes I put in. It was steaming for. Gonna enjoy this. It's 8 o'clock. There's two groups of people at the platforms down below. Nobody has come to the actual campsites up on the ridge here where I'm at. I'm in number 1. There's 6 spots, but a group of people just went by. I mean, they were all chatty, very loud. It's 8 o'clock, like I said, so it's getting late for them to be doing day hiking. So I'm thinking they're going down to Sages, but it's gonna be packing up quick. I have my buddy's son is over at Racebrook Ledges, no, Racebrook campsite, not the Ledges. And he said it was packing up. I mean, that was around like 5 o'clock, so a lot of through hikers coming in here. Or, you know, it is a Saturday. Overnighters like me, you know, the weekend warriors trying to get out for a one-nighter. So Saturday is popular. Beautiful day. I mean, humid, hot and humid, but you know, if you want to get out, you got to deal with it. So, yeah, I'm having a great time right here, though. This campsite is sweet. Just sitting down, relaxing. All right, time for the bear bag to go into the bear box. Let's go. I think the people who were at the platform, who are at the platforms, have gone to bed. They have their own bear box. "9:30, let's put ours away." Only one here. See you in the morning. Back to camp. Campsite number 1. Here we are.
All right, I've got to show you my situation right now. I'm in my hammock, ready for bed, and this is what I got going on. Love it. Dual fans blowing on me. I'm basically just out in the open here. I've got a 40-degree overquilt, no underquilt. Hanging out. It's supposed to be around 60 degrees or so tonight. It's a dual fan chilling. Actually, you probably can't see that. But I got the dual fans blowing on me here. It's a sound conditioner and some air movement. Love it. Good night.
Good morning. Birds are chirping. Had a great night. Nice and cool. What do you say we get this day started? Let's pack up and get on trail. Time to get the bear bag. All right, camp's all broken down. Left nothing behind. Let's head on down the trail, 6 miles back to the truck. So I got up at 5:30ish, hearing some people, probably through hikers, getting ready to hit the trail. Laid in bed till 6. Birds were chirping. Had a great night. It was fantastic. It was probably one of my best nights on trail, temperature wise. It got a little cool last night, which was fantastic considering the day was super hot. Did not have to deploy my tarp. I had it out just in case, but did not have to use it. Slept under the clouds, I guess. No stars that I could see. Right now it is really foggy out. And I'm heading down towards Sages right now. So fog rolling through in here. Okay, here's the cutoff. You would go right to Sages. You don't have to cross the river this way. But I remember being really muddy, and it looks muddy right from the get-go there. So I think I am going to go just follow the AT past Sages Ravine again. Made our way back down to the crossing. Going to say goodbye to Massachusetts, kind of. But the main part, it's the official. Let's cross to the other side. Nice and cool down here. Made it across. This is where you can cross over to the campsites at Sages. There's a bunch of people up in there. Save that for another trip. Climbing up out of Sages Ravine now. All right, full of sweat now. That is, climb out of Sages Ravine is a doozy. Get the heart pumping in the morning for sure. But as you see, I'm back to the sign, so we are officially out of Sages Ravine. And what I'm gonna be doing is, behind me, Blue Blaze is the Paradise Lane Trail. I'll be taking that out back to the truck. So I'm gonna skip Bear Mountain, which would be behind me up that way, the AT. But I'm gonna skip it, did it yesterday. This is 2.1 miles back to the trail junction, and then it is a total of 3.2 back to my truck right now. Got a plaque here in the woods. Get into a little viewpoint. Typically, you would have a view of Bear Mountain from here. I guess you have a little one, but it's pretty much in the clouds. No views on Bear today. At least right now. Little side trail off of Paradise Lane Trail, which is just right over here. Right here. Back on trail. It is tight in here. Pretty overgrown. Been like this for a quarter of a mile or so. All right, made it off the Paradise Lane Trail. That's done. Came back to our starting point where yesterday We headed down that trail up to Bear Mountain. Now we're gonna go behind me here, back down to the truck, about a mile or so. So at this point, we've already done this portion of the trail yesterday. So I think we'll call it a end of the trip recap here. Went up to Bear Mountain in the heat yesterday, down to Sages Ravine, over to Laurel Ridge campsite. Had a great time at the Laurel Ridge campsite. Set up camp, went over to Race Mountain Ledges. So I would say 12 miles in total, out and back. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next adventure.